18. Okay. Yes. So, welcome again to the Recruitment Innovation Interviews for the IHR Awards. Today, Joseph Mills and Hannah Brown from the British Transport Police are joining me to tell us about the innovative thing that they've done around their recruitment. My name is Jimmy Brimer. I'm the CEO of Work Squad. Work Squad helps global companies hire compliantly in emerging markets, for employer of record, agent of record, and payroll. Well, this is not about us. This is about the British Transport Police today. So over to you.
Yeah, so my name's Joe Mills. I'm a police sergeant and I work in the recruitment team for the British Transport Police. I'll let Hannah introduce herself.
For introducing me. Yeah, I'm Hannah Brown. I'm the recruitment manager, so I lead all recruitment for the British Transport Police. Good to meet you.
Fantastic. Yeah. Okay. So my first question is, what were the reasons for innovating your recruitment strategy at the British Transport Police?
I'll start off and then Hannah can dip in if I miss anything. I think that the British Transport Police are always looking to be innovative, and we on a mission to be the world leading police force. So we're always looking at different ways of improving and increasing our brand and also applications to us and getting our messaging out there and our morals and our ethics and our vision and our mission. And also we're always looking at different ways of trying to improve and increase public trust and confidence in the police service, and also getting our messaging out there, who we are, what we do. And I think people think that we're part of the Home Office police force, but we're not. We're a police force in our own right. We're the oldest police force in the UK, and we want to get our messaging out there, who we are, what we do, our mission, our values, our objectives, and we're always looking at different ways of doing that. Yeah, and I'll hand over to Hannah to see whether she's got anything she wants to add.
Yeah, no, thanks for that, Joe. Exactly that and more. So we've always relied on quite traditional methods to recruit, so pretty standard job boards, your career sites, job fairs, etc. And we did a bit of work on events, like attending events, etc. And we realised that it didn't have much return on investment, and we weren't reaching certain demographics and groups that we've always struggled to reach, like so our outreach. So yeah, we needed to try something different, definitely, to appeal to different audiences, to get the message out to reach communities that we don't generally have reached in the past. So yeah, so we knew we needed to do something different.
Okay, fantastic.
And the fact that we're national as well, so we've got that added dynamic. The fact that we're not centralised into one location, we're national. So we needed always looking at different. In all fairness, we've relied heavily on word of mouth and being visible, because our officers are visible on trains, and then you would see British Transport Police and be like, oh, like, and because they see an actual officer. And we've relied on word of mouth, so we're always looking at improving, and not only improving our own recruitment, but getting our messaging out as well.
Okay, fantastic. And my next question is, I mean, these two questions go together, So at the start of the project, what did you want to achieve, and did you actually achieve them?
Yeah, so we wanted to increase applications towards us and the quality of applications to people joining us, and we also wanted to increase diversity and make our workforce as diverse and inclusive as we possibly could do. So that was the aim, getting our brand out there and our messaging and who we are. And I touched on it earlier, and also to increase diversity and inclusivity on our workforce, not only police officers, but PCSO specials and staff. But that was the aim at the start, and that's our constant aim throughout.
Right. And do you feel you achieved them? I mean, so far.
Definitely. So Crouton's been a huge enabler for us. So we using Crouton, we've seen a 300% increase in applications from ethnic minority candidates to policing, and we know that we've always struggled to kind of reach out to that. So the geofencing and Crouton have enabled us to reach out to communities that we hadn't ever been able to reach before. By doing lots of optimization, testing it, tweaking it, and Joe having like an exceptional relationship with Crouton where we can keep trying and testing things to work. So to have a 300% increase in applications from underrepresented backgrounds is huge, absolutely huge, and something we'd struggled to do for years. So yeah, we definitely reached that goal.
And I think you hit the nail on the head a couple of months ago when you said that Crouton's amazing for people that, I mean, job boards are there for people searching for jobs because they're actively looking for a job or a change of a job. But Crouton's there to nudge people who wouldn't necessarily think about changing their jobs or looking for a job or a different changing job, and it would actually just send an advert to them and they'll be like, click on it, and then they'll find out more about BTP because they wouldn't necessarily on their commute to work or
so just reaching out to those passive candidates who were not even looking in the 100%. First place.
And it's been incredible for that. And boosting who we are as well, which was another ambition and target for us. And the boost in underrepresented groups applying to us or actually thinking of us as an employer of choice as well, which has been really, really, really beneficial and an amazing bit of work, really. And our relationship with Crouton has really made that happen.
Okay, fantastic. And what sort of challenges did you face in the course of this project?
I think getting it right in the first place. I think it's a lot of trial and testing, and that's where Crouton have been exceptional because they'll just try different things and they'll listen to us and they'll they'll put forward suggestions. I mean, we obviously always think we're the trained police in essence, so we're the National British Transport Police. So we think, oh, we'll target users of the trains. Or you could also think that people that use the trains don't know who the British Transport Police know who the British Transport Police are. Sorry. So we've been able to like myth bust a little bit. Because I think we set it first of all, didn't we, as all the kind of major train stations across London and certain kind of the words escaped me, but certain areas around around the train network. So we tried that first, and then we tried more like community locations, schools, colleges, that type of things. So we've enabled us to try and test things. 1 week it might not have worked, it might not have had the return application rate. But then we've tweaked it, and that's where your relationship with Crouton again, Joe, has been exceptional because every week you were able to catch up, weren't you? Work with them, say it hasn't really worked this week. We haven't seen that many applications. Let's try something different, and then we'd see it increase. So it allows us to keep changing the audience in which we're pushing the messages to.
I think that Maria and Mark from Crouton, you're right in the fact that they do regularly catch up with us and give us honest feedback and whether it's working or not. They don't just let it run and take the money and just be like, well, yeah, and at the end of it say it hasn't worked, blah blah blah. It's an ongoing kind of conversation and tweak in the fact that they can move it to like football stadiums or shopping centres or job centres, target those specific locations and literally give them a list, and then they would just do it there and then, and also feedback, why don't we try this, and it's also we can tailor it to the different job roles that we have, to the different job description that we have, to the locations that we target as well, so it's very dynamic in that respect as well.
Okay, fantastic. And my last question, looking back now, what could have been done differently if you had to start again?
This was about us being innovative, and in policing you don't get much kind of you do, I'm not being fair, but I think we can be quite traditional in our selection methods. And I don't know whether I mentioned earlier, but we were up against the uplift the national uplift of recruiting the 20,000 officers across the UK. So, and BTP is the lesser known force, or you just assume that BTP is your Home Office force. So, what we would have done differently for us, I think, I came in, I've been in post just about 2 years, and we had stuck to kind of traditional attraction methods, your typical job boards, you relying on your careers website, etc., going to job fairs. We scrutinised that data a lot more and understood that some of the events that we're going to didn't really have much return on investment. They can be quite pricey. So we wanted to do something a bit more digital, a bit more savvy, and a bit more innovative. So the only regret is not really doing it sooner, because for years we've been struggling up against the uplift programme, the 20k increase in officers across the UK. We've been struggling for that. And then Joe joined the team, and his focus was looking at the assessment methods and how we attract officers, being an officer himself. So I'd been trying to do these things, and Chris had been trying to work with us for so long, and it just kept dropping to the bottom of my list, sadly. Joe joined and made it happen, and has forged a cracking relationship with Creton. So that's the only thing I'd do differently. I just wish we'd done it sooner. Because the return on investment has been great. The impact it's had has been fantastic. Like I said, that 300% increase in underrepresented groups applying to us has been incredible. So yeah, that's the only thing I'd do different.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic, Joe and Hannah. Thank you very much for taking our time to meeting. Okay, yes. So welcome again.